We need to talk about the destruction of Kayfabe. You do not want to miss this episode. Stick around. This is Triple Threat Wrestling. Welcome back to Triple Threat Wrestling. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe. We always keep Kayfabe alive. I'm joined with MVP, and we are going to bash WWE for a little bit. And I'm sorry to do it, but we're going to. This is all your fault, Triple H. First, you steal my mid-card title idea, and now this. What do you think, MVP? Just in general, before I get into some bullet points I got written down, some kayfabe. How is WWE doing at protecting the business?
Okay, so I think the secret's out. I don't think I don't think anyone thinks wrestling is real.
Right. I agree.
That being said, act like it. I don't know. All right, so I'm not gonna go up to like Sylvester Stallone and be like, Rocky, why didn't you help? Why didn't you help Creed in the third movie? Why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. But at the same time, it's different in the sense that, like, now, it's the same but different, okay?
Yeah.
Like, when you go see a movie, you know 100% what's going on to make you believe it. And the same thing with wrestling. But wrestling is also positioned as a sports entertainment. Like, if you told me, like, the Cubs and the Brewers today sat in the back, like, okay, fourth inning, Kyle Tucker, I need you to hit this home run. That's how we're going to do it. We're booking you to get a grand slam. Then it's like, does championships matter and all that at that point? The same thing here. Like, I get it that it's scripted, and I get all that, but I'm not watching to find out how not real it is. I'm watching to escape my reality and enjoy the wrestling business. Like, I don't want to know what's happening behind the scenes. And these, like, documentaries, release them in like 20 years, not a week after the stuff happens. You know, like, that's where I'm coming from with it. It's like, I do get that it's scripted.
So last year when they came out with that behind WrestleMania, you didn't like it?
No, like, it's cool. Okay, when you get it and you're a content creator like we are, it's cool to see that because we have stuff to talk about, and it's like, that's different. But, like, on the whole, right? I shouldn't have seen that. Like, we shouldn't have seen that for a long time. You know, that's how it should be. It's just it's hard because wrestling is like one of those. Undertaker and Stone Cold and them say it best. Like, the golden rule is we protect this. Like, Undertaker never broke his character for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And then now that he retired is when you can talk about stuff and be like, yeah, this happened then, and talk about my career. I don't want to see, okay, for example, Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu are on different sides in Bloodline Wars. They hate each other.
Yeah.
On screen, can't stand each other. They literally have Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble, and the first person that hugs him and congratulates him backstage is Jacob Fatu, and they show that. And then if I'm myself watching when I was like 12, I'm like, what? They hate each other. Why are they hugging?
They're supposed to be enemies.
Yeah. Like, and even, okay, and everyone says this is a male soap opera. Mm-hmm. When my mom watches General Hospital, okay? Throwback, okay? She doesn't watch where, like, the director sits down after the episode. Well, you know, Sonny Corinthos is going to be going into St. Charles next week, or Port Charles, whatever it is, and he'll be doing these drug racketeering. Like, no, you watch it to see what's going to happen next, right? Like, shout out to those if you're watching that like General Hospital. Throw that in the comments. I'm gonna name this episode the Male General Hospital.
The male general hospital.
um, you get it. You see where I'm coming from, though. You
All
see,
right,
like,
I get it, but I do think there is an audience for this behind the scenes stuff. I really do. Like I enjoy it. Like
you know,
when
yeah,
so when they released that behind WrestleMania stuff, like it was. I remember they delayed it for like a couple months. I'm like, what the heck? I'm trying to watch this shit.
yeah, I, yeah. But like, now, okay, I'm gonna say a hot take here,
Okay.
and I want everyone to know that I mean it with respect. Okay, we take
So
this
disrespectful.
podcast, yeah, we take this podcast very seriously. Okay,
Yeah.
we talk about wrestling and we break it down. Other people do too. I mentioned him on another video, but shout out to Santi Zap. He does great wrestling content every day. People on TikTok. But when you show all this behind the scenes shit and you show all this stuff that's going on, the surge in content creators has spiked for everyone that's got a fucking opinion. Like, well, now I got to give my 2 cents about what the hell's going on with the behind the scenes Cody. No, we don't need all that. Like, we don't need to see everything. Like, did you see what Stone Cold said about this?
This is a new reaction.
Yeah, he said that, like, he loves magic, right?
Uh
But
huh.
he wants to be blown away by a trick Houdini does. He doesn't want to sit there for an hour and be told how every trick is done. It kills it for you, right? It kills, like, yeah, I know there's a trick. I know that there's a reason that he did that. Like, magic isn't real, right? But it's an illusion. So, like, make me believe wrestling. Like, I don't need to see how the
I
trick is done, you know?
I do. I would like to see. I would like to know how the sausage is made.
Well, first you start off with some ketchup and lemon juice, and shout out if you get that too. Yeah, like I said, I get it. Like, I like to see it too, but at the same time, I don't want it
So all right.
accessible.
So now you're saying you hate those documentaries where they're basically going through their whole career,
I love those.
like Randy Orton's documentary or John Cena's, Kevin Owens' documentary that they just uploaded on the WWE Vault channel.
Those are
Uh,
fine. Those are fine. I
yeah,
like
but you're
them.
also breaking kayfabe. Like,
Well,
oh, El
yeah.
Generico is really Sami Zayn? I thought he was some luchador that's just in Mexico now.
All right, you got me sitting up straight for this now. No more slouching on this podcast, but
I'm gonna
those are
walk off.
yeah, those are fine because again, it's like when Penn and Teller sit there like, we've accomplished all these tricks. We did this trick, we did that, but they're not really telling you how it's done, right? They're just telling you like a little bit behind the scenes. Like for Undertaker, right? It's like, Mick wanted to do this spot. Like when
Yeah.
they're talking about it, it doesn't mean it's like he really was gonna go through that table and get hurt. Like it wasn't really, I don't know the trick. Was there a cushion under that table? I don't know. I have no idea how the trick was done. But it's like, okay, my first bullet point, for example. Here's where I have a problem with it. You have a great PLE. The main event
Yeah.
happens. Then Triple H sits his bald ass down. First thing he says, we have the largest gate in Allstate Arena history. Look at all the money we made, and you leave with no money. That's first. Second, I'll take questions. Paul, I have a question. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I have a question. Go
Mr.
ahead.
Levesque.
What do you think about John Cena's heel turn? This new character that John is, we've talked about it for a while, and I think that he'll be. Why? Don't talk like that. Like, that's where my problem is. Is like, don't talk about the secrets of the show 20 seconds after the show goes off the air. Right? When John Cena fully retires and then they have a documentary in his career, sure, talk a little bit about like, you know, I really have him sit there like, I really wanted to be a heel. Like, I'm okay with that versus Triple H pretty much saying like, I created this, like, I'm going to have him be this character and we're going to see how it goes next week. And let's really explore how far he can take it. And that is stupid to me. Like when you call them characters, like, I know that they are, but you should be calling them your in-ring talent, your superstars, your wrestlers. Say what you will about Vince McMahon. He did great at protecting kayfabe. He did.
Well, if he was around, there would be no press conference. So
For sure. And the press conference, so that's the thing is like, they're cool, but it's the way you word it. Like Triple H should be like, you know, I was traveling with John for many years and I can't believe he's heel either. And we're just going to see what he does now because I'm kind of blown away by that. Like, that's acceptable. Like, to talk about, but don't sit there like, I talked to John and told him he should turn heel last week. And he told me that his first promo is going to be about the kids. And that's what it's like. It's like they're just telling you everything. And you're like, wow, okay, what else? Like, that. I hate that. I'm going to let you talk for a minute now because I feel like I sat up too straight.
well, I mean, so this new documentary they're coming out with, what's it called?
WWE Unreal.
Unreal. So you absolutely hate this.
That will be the death of kayfabe. And it's already dead, but this will be like, it's like when you kill a vampire, but it's not truly dead, so you put a stake in its heart. This will be the stake in its heart because they're literally telling you they're going to pull aside, like, for example, Lyra Valkyria and be like, hey, you know, tonight on the show, I'm booking you to win the Intercontinental Championship. And she's like, oh my God, I can't wait. Thank you for the opportunity. So it's like, now I know, like, before you went out there, like, and again, I know, but I don't want to know, right? Like, she knew way ahead of time, like, oh, I'm booked to win this. I share my thoughts about it. Like, Triple H said he's going to pull the curtain back on everything. Like, I thought it already was. Now you're just going to tear it all down. Like, everything is just a big show now.
So that McMahon documentary didn't pull back the curtain?
See, that's a little bit different, though, because that was done by an outside source doing investigation into Vince McMahon.
All right, so if this wasn't produced by WWE, would it have been okay?
No, because WWE shouldn't have allowed it.
Okay, so all right, let's go in a time machine back to '97.
Pale Sting.
No, okay, no, I wasn't going. I wasn't going there. I was gonna go. I'm going. Was behind the mat. Was that movie bad? Yeah. Did you dislike that? Because I do remember Beyond the Mat being in theaters, and I'm like, I want to see this. I want to see this so bad.
Yeah, I mean, how do I word it?
They're showing that match with The Rock, that I Quit match with The Rock and Mankind. And you know, he's being beat senseless with that chair, and his kids are there. And they're all like screaming and crying, and his wife is like, I don't want to watch this. And they go back, and then you see Mankind, oh, it's a little boo-boo. Daddy's okay, it's just a little boo-boo.
Like, okay.
This was in theaters.
True. It's one of those, it's like
there was no streaming. Everyone saw it, either rented it, or they actually saw it at the movie theater.
I didn't see it.
At all? You never saw Behind the Mat?
Because I saw the cover of
it. At all?
I'll throw this back for you. I saw the cover of it at Dollar Video.
Yeah.
And I remember Dollar Video. And I said, that's not Terry Funkin' Mankind on the cover. That's not real.
Oh, man.
So I just never went back
to it. So you've never saw it?
I never saw it. I saw Ready to Rumble.
Oh, man. Ready to Rumble's a movie, okay?
I know.
Jimmy King, I'm gonna crown you. I'm gonna.
It's one of those, like, I get it. Like, okay, I'm not saying that me personally, like, wouldn't watch this stuff because I'm just an overall curious person to begin with. I would want to see it just out of curiosity, but don't make it accessible for me to want to see that. It's like when you're a kid and you lose a tooth and your parents are like, the tooth fairy's coming to get it. Do you want to see how it happens? You want to see dad bring a $5 bill and put it in the...
I want to see how it happens.
But then it's one time. You'll never believe it again. But if this little trick, right?
Well, then how was Santa Claus revealed to you?
Okay, first of all, let's go a slight off topic here. Here's some kayfabe for you. I was raised in a very Southern Baptist household. All of my presents under the tree said from Jesus.
Oh.
And I said,
so how was
Grandma,
how was Jesus revealed to you?
I was like, Grandma, Jesus died for my sins. I don't think he bought me a PlayStation. Yeah, I was born in that household, so it's like Santa wasn't revealed. Tooth Fairy was. The Tooth Fairy brought me money, and I never wanted to know how it was done because all I knew was there'd be money under the pillow. And for wrestling, same thing. Yeah, I'll watch it if it's there, but don't make it accessible. Make me believe in the next trick.
So you didn't want to know how Jesus was able to fit in your fireplace?
Well, I mean, again, he's God in our house, so it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, he's just went through the wall, went through the front door. He can do whatever he wants to do. Santa needed restrictions.
He phased through like the Flash. He phased.
That's how you phase. But so off topic, right? But coming back to it, like, yeah, I'll watch it out of curiosity, but don't make it accessible to me to make
it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Well, like WWE Unreal. Let me look at my bullet points.
It's on Netflix.
Behind the scenes, new show is focusing exclusive behind the scenes footage, reactions of superstars when they are told they are gonna be booked to win an important match, how superstars train and work together to train for a big match, how creative teams develop storylines, and how shows are booked from start to finish.
I want to see that.
I don't care. Yeah.
Like I said, I want to see how the sausage is made.
But okay, here's my point to everything. How soon before people just don't care because it's just a big old show?
Oh, everyone's gonna care. If you love wrestling, you're gonna watch it regardless. You're gonna love it.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that this will be a big topic for people in the comments. Like, really?
Okay. So here, let me ask you this: say WWE they start tanking, AEW starts tanking, TNA they're taking more than they're now. Are you going to say we're not going to talk about it?
Of course you will.
Exactly.
But that's the thing.
We still love wrestling.
Okay, but we love it in the current climate that it's in, knowing what we know. It kind of... Watch. I promise you when WWE Unreal comes out, you watch like 4 episodes, you're going to be like, man, they're leaving nothing to the imagination. Nothing.
Well, that's where you gotta watch the program and suspend your disbelief. We all know. There's an element of I'm gonna be one of those that say wrestling's not fake, but there's an element of fakeness to it. Yeah, we all get it, but I'm not watching it like that. I'm watching it as, oh, this is a performance.
Which, right. But, like, let me take you back. Bianca Belair and Naomi crying, like, leave me alone, B. Like, okay.
I did this for you.
But if you show me an Unreal, they're talking like, okay, Bianca, I'm gonna start crying after you say I did this for you, and then blah blah blah, and then it's
Yeah,
like,
and I think this is gonna be awesome. I'm like, okay, cool.
I really thought I'd bring you along on this journey with me, but you've sided with the dark side. Okay, let me throw something else at you. The Rock, how he talks. For example,
Okay.
John Cena is
Oh
gonna
no no
turn.
no. All right. As far as The Rock and his bullshit, I'm behind you 100%.
Okay. I was going to end this thing, so I'm glad you said
Oh,
that.
no. The fact, the final boss isn't needed. You just asked Cody for his soul, and he said no. And then John Cena steps in and gives you his soul, and you're not there? And then you're going to hop on a Pat McAfee? It wasn't needed. And then you're going to go on other programs and say, oh, yeah, this sucks right now, so let's insert final boss.
Well, and that's how he kind of worded it is, we're looking at the event, ticket sales are kind of down. So we come up with an idea, let's insert final boss. And, it's like ticket sales aren't down because it needs The Rock. Ticket sales are down because WWE's charging $7,500.98 per ticket for Backlash. Like, this ain't even WrestleMania. WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan's Yes Movement, tickets for, like, the ringside is like 1,000.
I'm cool with that.
Right. Tickets for
Not no
WrestleMania
7,000.
Right. Tickets for WrestleMania 42, where you saw Travis Scott help John Cena win his 17th title, were $11,000 to $12,000.
Like,
your gate
you have to
is
mortgage.
only record
You got to
breaking?
mortgage your family just to see WrestleMania live, and not even a good WrestleMania.
And that's the thing. Now let me bring it back, Matt. If me and you go to WrestleMania New Orleans,
Okay.
and we spend, not saying we will because I would have to afterpay the shit out of it. Say we pay $9,000 a ticket.
Yeah.
And you see a week before
We're up there. We're gonna be up there.
Yeah. But then you spend all that money. A week before that, you see WWE Unreal. Like, let's talk about how we're gonna book WrestleMania 40.
That's not gonna happen that way though.
But I'm just saying, like,
it's gonna happen
money,
after the fact.
Still though, but like, I spent all that money to like see the magician in his art form, and then you're just ruining it for me after that. Then it's like I spent $9,000 to watch these people act. Like, I know that they are. Like, I know that.
You're spending the money for an experience.
Well, okay. Yeah.
They could do the exact same thing in an empty arena, and it won't have the same effect. You can watch them pull off the same performance in a high school gym, and it's not going to be the same as what were they in New Orleans, the big dome there?
Yeah. I don't know, man. You know what I feel like right now? I feel like I'm like getting all hyped up, and you're like, "Sir, calm down," and I'm like, "I'm tired of y'all trying to calm me down." Like, I ain't never been humiliated and embarrassed like that in my whole entire life, thanks to you. But to
I
finish,
want $100 chips.
what's the matter? WWE Triple Threat ain't good enough for you people. So back to the Rock thing.
Yeah.
My bullet points here, he says he's a long gamer. The lie detector test determined that was a lie. Because you're not. This is the other problem too. With the kayfabe thing, like, you're making decisions to put butts in seats, which I get. It's a business. That's what you want to do. But have a long-term plan for it.
Okay,
Don't come out and do this at, what event was it? Cody and Roman together.
Uh,
It wasn't Money in the Bank.
I
It
forget.
was either way. It was one of those. And
Oh, so you don't go.
yeah, he says 1, 2. Oh no, he says 1, 2, and then like 3. What are you setting up? Because then you come back a couple months later. Me and Cody are best friends. We drink Terramana together. Like, are we gonna act like you didn't just call them out a couple months ago?
I'll believe he's a long timer if he finally faces Roman Reigns at a WrestleMania.
It ain't gonna happen next year.
No.
So I mean,
So it's not. No, it's not going to happen.
we have
I
a
think it's
better
past.
chance. We have a better chance of seeing Ric Flair versus Roman Reigns than The Rock versus Roman Reigns.
And are we ever going to see what's in the Rock's pocket?
Yeah, like it's just terrible. And like he's like, and the way he talks on the show, like we talked to John Cena, let's bring heel in, right? Let's do this. And then you set up this whole thing. You wanted Cody's soul. Cena sides with you. Cena stood side by side with you. And then last online 3 months ago, like you're not around. Oh, well, he didn't need me to be there. Then don't be an Elimination Chamber. Cena could have easily won, okay? And babyface moment at the end of Elimination Chamber. And you could have had Cena. This would have been, you save WrestleMania not by teasing The Rock months before it. You save WrestleMania and the headlines, have Cena turn heel at Mania to win his 17th title. That's what you should have done. And that's the thing is Rock's ego just that big? Like, oh, sales, let's just bring Rock in. Like, I used to like to see The Rock show up. I don't give a shit.
You know what?
Anymore.
I think his ego is that big.
I don't want to see that shit anymore. Wear a damn jacket. You got too cold goosebumps.
You're just cold.
Bald fraud. But yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
I think The Rock's ego is just too huge. And like, he doesn't care if he breaks kayfabe because all he cares about is, oh, wait, what's that? You need a storyline? Let's bring Final Boss in. Like, no, fucker, we don't need you here.
No, we don't.
And yeah, like I said, Triple H and Rock always calling them characters and, what did I put here? And talking about the script way too much. And then I wrote on here in my own personal notebook here, Triple H has been killing kayfabe since the cage match with the Click. We knew all along who the true villain was here. Yeah. Oh, we all hate each other. Yeah. Let's do this sign to each other. A recent moment too. A recent moment. Did you see SmackDown? The Pretty Deadly match? Elton Prince gets rocked, bleeding. The ref don't see it yet. Nathan Frazier covers him. 1, 2. That's not the way the finish goes. Bitch, they're winning anyway. Who cares if that's the finish? They're going to win anyway. It's SmackDown.
All right. I want to say this was SmackDown 2008. Maybe even 2000. No, for around 2010 because this is after the Legacy. It was on one side. It was Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes, and I forgot who. On the other side, it was like Ezekiel Jackson, Ted DiBiase Jr. I think someone didn't kick out, and they counted 3. And the match ended abruptly.
That's what you got to do.
But exactly. If you don't kick out, you can count the 3.
Yep. And she should have counted the 3. I mean,
yeah.
Now, if Pretty Deadly was supposed to win, I'm still not going to justify it, but I get why you did it. But if you know if Raxium's going to win anyway, who cares if the match goes on 1 to 2 more minutes?
That shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter.
Right.
if you're gonna be part of the performance, be part of the performance.
Yeah. Yep. And I think that, the camera cuts, they're starting to get a little sloppy if you're protecting
Well,
kayfabe.
it's hey, they're a lot better than every punch that lands, it's a new camera.
Oh
Ugh.
yeah. Right, but like so WrestleMania night one,
Yeah.
CM Punk gets betrayed by Paul Heyman, loses his WrestleMania main event, and the camera tries to show something, and you clearly see Punk laying there, smiling and laughing and talking to the ref, and you're like, shouldn't you be mad? Like, are you not mad? You should be a little mad. Like
Oh,
it's just.
hey ref, yeah, I just made event at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Oh yeah, where you want to go? Texas Roadhouse later? They got really good rolls there. Yeah, we'll go there. Be all right. But you know what I'm saying? Like, in general, I just think that kayfabe, we know it's kind of gone, and like I said, we're not stupid. Especially we're wrestling content creators. We take it seriously. We understand the wrestling business. We
It's
know
still
what's
real to me,
happening.
damn it.
Yeah, but it's like suspend my disbelief a little bit. Like make me get lost in it again. Where I'm like, I have no idea.
But
What's
you
gonna
also
happen.
I feel like you also have to do your part and get lost in it.
It shouldn't be my job. I make my wife think that I'm the best thing ever, but I may not be. Like it's not her job to make herself feel that way. I got to do my part. I got to show her, like, you know.
Yeah, but you gotta go into it thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna get blown away."
Yeah. Trust me. I
Not,
think that.
I'm gonna watch Raw, and I'm gonna think this is the worst piece of shit ever.
Yeah.
I certainly don't go into watching Dynamite doing that. They do it for me.
They're like, oh, you think this is gonna be shit? You ain't seen nothing yet. Watch our champion not even walk out with the title. John Moxley never walks out with that damn thing. But I don't know. I think we are on different sides here
Yeah, we are.
on kayfabe. So make sure when you're watching this, drop it in the comments. Are you Team Lucky or are you Team MVP? And if you say MVP, I don't care because you're helping support this podcast. I mean, you try to earn your viewership and we try to do a good job at it. So,
And if you pick Team Lucky, who?
yeah. So, again, make sure you subscribe. We try to drop wrestling content every day, and we'll try to protect the kayfabe while we're doing it. So, MVP, we'll see you on the next one.